Welcome back. As you know, if you watch this program with any frequency whatsoever, my goal with the Mountain Views program is to create a homey, comfortable environment where you can just stop by the clubhouse and have a chat. I'm very excited to welcome to the program for the first time this evening a fellow who is embracing all that it is the relaxing clubhouse. He is the author of this book, Radio for the Blind, and he is the co-star of such fine fare as Daddy Day Camp, starring Academy Award winner Cuba Gooding Jr. It is my pleasure to welcome to the program for the first time ever, Joshua David McLerran. Hi, buddy.
Gosh, wow.
Are you relaxing in the clubhouse, man?
That was a great opening.
Did you like it?
Powerful.
You know, I find.
Will you hug me for that?
I will. Oh, so much love.
Oh,
it's true. Sorry. Oh, I don't want to scratch my DVD.
Yeah, it chipped a little bit.
Daddy Day Camp.
Maybe
shot here in Park City.
What's
I
that?
Understand.
Oh, yeah, it was. That was like 10 years ago.
Was it that long?
Something like that. Yeah, we shot that in 2006. All over Park City.
That's really cool.
Well, no. It was mainly on Main Street, and well, it was 10 years. It was 10 years, but fantastic. Yeah.
But I have my autographed copy.
Nice.
Excited about that. Thank you.
Give it to a kid.
Hey. How you doing, man?
Awesome.
Good.
Awesome. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. You know, I have to say that shout out to Brandon Isbell,
Right.
and WGK Music for connecting us up together.
Yeah.
I listened to your podcast interview for the EBR. That's as close as we can get to telling you the name of the podcast from WGK Radio. Mm-hmm. But we got connected, and I was just so overwhelmed. I was so excited.
As was I. Thank you for that reaction. You're a fantastic human being, and I feel like
I have no one, man.
I feel like I have a good gut on things like that. I mean, first of all, your shoes. You know, come on. Your shoes, right?
Yeah.
Look at those things.
You know, from time to time, a guest will do that into my shot. I've never put my foot in a guest's shot before.
Is that what just happened?
That's kind of what happened.
Nice.
It was kind of fun.
Nice.
I thought.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Okay.
There's your ISO.
Oh, look at that screen. I was talking to you. I didn't.
You can call for an
right
ISO
now, aren't
if you
we?
need Caitlin to hook you up.
Gracious.
You just be like, hey, Caitlin, can I get number 3 here?
Do I just like talking to this? Like, Caitlin, can I get number 3?
There you go. There's your ISO, man.
Oh, wait, look at that. She gave me a little taste.
Man, that's right. With Seabird at the controls, you got to be quick, man. You got to come up with good stuff, otherwise it's...
Oh, yeah.
Yes!
It's great.
Well, the best comedy material of this program is coming out of the control room.
I love it. Creativity comes from everywhere, man.
It's true.
You know what I mean? I've discovered that. It's endless wellspring.
I'm feeling better than I felt all day long right now.
Really?
Yeah, I am.
Nice. Me too, man. Me too.
Isn't that great?
Me too.
What's new with you, man? What are you up to?
I've been really busy. I was
doing lots of stuff besides just the acting thing.
I'm all over the place. Yeah. At the moment, so I'm getting ready for my first book signing was here in Park City at Dolly's bookstore. Oh, Dolly's.
Polite and appreciative round of applause for Dolly's.
Right. I just barely started the publicity campaign on this book, and I had an open window, and I talked to Dolly's bookstore, and we did my first signing there, an author event there, and then I've just been busy with working on various productions, and then I just got another window again, and I'm looking like I'm hoping to to fit it, I think, before the end of the year in LA, my first LA author event. And
That's
book
exciting.
signing. So I've been putting that together and things.
And talk about Radio for the Blind for folks who are readers out there.
I would suggest reading it. I have my own copy here, actually. So Radio for the Blind is set up as a serial, so it's an ongoing conversation. And it is a communication to the people of the Global South. Now, Scott Iwasaki at the Park Record was one of the few people on this planet with whom I've discussed this who right off the bat knew that term,
Global South. I was about to ask, because I'm used to not knowing stuff.
You think South is like, oh yeah, Civil War, you know, South-North kind of stuff, you know what I mean?
I'm guessing that's not it.
It's not it. No, it's not it. But this happened to be one of his studies in school. And so he
Global South.
Yeah, he wrote a terrific article on that in the Park Record, leading up to the author event, the first one and such. So the wealthy of the world and the impoverished of the world are essentially separated by the equator. You know what I mean? You look at the planet, and the majority of the wealth is north of the equator. The majority of the poverty is south of the equator. And so what ends up what the terminology comes from saying these countries are global south countries. They're impoverished countries, and there's some like Australia, South Africa. Those are global north countries that are south of the equator, but they're offshoots of a global north country.
And not to be snide or sarcastic about it, but the interesting thing is that the kind of the oligarchy really, and I'm thinking of Carlos Slim from Mexico, who's one of the wealthiest guys in the world, and there tend to be these people in isolated areas, but you're literally talking about not even about a wealthy class, but about super wealthy individuals, and virtually everything else, and especially even as we talk about the vanishing middle class here in the United States,
There's a
we're
vast
talking about
disparity.
countries where there never was a middle class, and predominantly south of the equator.
Yeah, and it's interesting. So when I started researching poverty and researching this concept of the global north, the global south, and anybody could Google this and find this information, I noticed something else. Like what else is happening with the planet in a similar fashion? You know, and I'm looking at well, the majority of the planet that experiences a deep winter where human beings have inhabited for a great deal of time, again, north of the equator.
Right.
There's not a lot happening south of the equator that has a deep winter, you know what I mean? And so you think about the people who survived over the years in those environments, and they came from these hunter-gatherers and went into a barter system, and that barter system was cumbersome because they have to carry everything that they have to prove to these people over here that, hey, I'm contributing to society, here's something that can help you. That's cumbersome, so we moved to currency and things.
Exchange.
But all of this, we hoarded up meats and things like that before, and vegetables. I don't eat meat myself, but different conversation there. But anyway, I'm sorry, guys. I love you all the meat eaters as well. You're wonderful human beings.
It's okay. I think
I'm not one of those people.
I think we're post bitterness when it comes to the carnivores, the vegetarians, the vegans.
A lot of heavy meat eaters in Park City.
It's true. A lot of whiskey drinkers and meat eaters.
If you eat meat, there is fantastic.
There's a lot of meat.
There's fantastic things to eat
less
here.
meat.
Yeah.
Trying.
Yeah, I stopped a few years ago, and can we get an ass shot here? Is that okay? Can I say that? I didn't say that. Is that okay to say?
You did, and you can.
Okay.
You can.
All right.
That was kind of hot.
There we go.
You kind of gave a little goose to your own bum.
Was that my hand? I thought that was you.
Your hand's got a mind of its own, Joshua.
That's true. But sorry, I get sidetracked.
It's okay.
Sometimes.
It's okay. We'll keep you on track.
But that's what I love about you. You're very similar in that you can have a lightness to you and a deepness to you as well at the same time.
So we're still on the elevator pitch for Radio for the Blind, and then we better take a commercial break. But
gotcha.
I want to get the.
This is a message. This is a message to and from the impoverished of the planet, telling the people you are not alone. Your suffering is heard, and your suffering has a voice. And there is strength in numbers, sure, but there's strength in love, and there's strength in unity. There's strength in understanding. There's strength in allowing others to flourish and grow while we flourish and grow. And when we notice that the business with the deep winters and things, we're just hoarding up our money because we're used to that. Those are the people who survived. And that's a product of evolution. And we're intelligent.
You know, it's interesting that you make that point, because I think a lot when I read critiques, criticisms of a wide variety of states, and I mean sort of states of being or states of acting, or people, individuals especially, and I think a lot about the fact that, like you say, each of us individually are subject to macro level influences that we may not even be aware of. And it's interesting that you highlight this divide of the necessity of industry, so to speak, in cold climates where there isn't an ability. Well, there is for a few months, and then things change drastically for there to be the ability to just have kind of a day-to-day existence. And say, oh well,
whatever you didn't
I'm hungry,
store
and
up.
there's a bunch of fruit on the jungle floor or whatever.
It's a different atmosphere.
Yeah,
go live in the
completely
islands for a little bit, and you start to see that. You know, people don't really care about things so much because they live in an atmosphere where
there's.
At this time of year, this fruit is here. At this time of year, this fruit is here. Vegetables are here, and this is everything's everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're fine.
Hey, let's take a commercial break, and then I want to talk a little bit about your solo sailing trip, which makes me a little scared just thinking about it.
Oh, that's proper.
I worry about humanity in the idea of Terry being alone on a boat. So let's do that, shall we?
It's a great idea.
Joshua David McLerran. More right after this. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.